here we are today out at the Red River National Wildlife Refuge, and we're in front of the Plant with a Purpose garden station, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about that. Our purpose, is to enhance this property to support wildlife and to reestablish the native habitat. We've done a pretty good job of establishing a lot of the native plants around the building, but we hope to expand that. The garden shed here, we had this idea that if we had a place to have workshops with the public, we could do a better job of teaching them about native plants and how they benefit the wildlife through food and shelter and places to raise their young. So the first thing that we had to do was we had to have some funds to build these sheds. So through a program with Community Foundation, they have a program called Give for Good, and we were lucky enough to be one of the nonprofits that were on the list. And when Give for Good season came around, you could click on the Friends of the Refuge, and you could make a donation to us. And for several years, all those donations were for these sheds. So after we had enough money to move forward, Zach Burson, the president of the Friends of the Refuge, he contacted some folks out at the Bossier Parish School of Technology and Innovative Learning. And there was an individual there that was teaching the students carpentry. So they built these sheds.
Wow.
And they built them at the school, and then they were hauled over here. And that was quite a task. So after the sheds got here, there was some more carpentry that needed to be done. The students came here and finished off the sheds. And then there was another group of students. They were middle schoolers. And Lane Rayleigh, he is a member of the Friends Board. He organized these students, and they came out and they started painting and finishing up some of the work on the sheds.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we have this space built, our next step will be to flesh out what we actually want to do in the way of programs. And it seems to us that the way to go is to have hands-on workshops to teach individuals that are interested about how to plant seeds properly. If they have a small tree and they want to grow it up to a big tree before they plant it, what they can do. And then once you have these plants, how you can use them in the landscape. What conditions are right for that plant in the landscape. So we have a lot of ideas about this program. We hope to start maybe in the late spring, and it's tough to garden around here during the summer, so we'll probably take a break from summer and then have some more programs in the fall. And through all of this, we hope we can develop a connection with the public about what goes on here and get them interested enough that they would want to have, that they will garden with a purpose at their homes and plant native plants for food for the wildlife, nectar for the butterflies and hummingbirds, shelter for the birds, and any number of other things that would benefit the wildlife. And if we make that connection stronger, it will benefit us in other ways. It will help us with climate issues that we're having. Maybe if we have more native plants in landscapes throughout the town, it would ease the burden that climate change is having on some of the wildlife, especially the birds. So that would be really awesome if here at the Refuge and in our neighborhood, we were making those kind of impacts.